Welcome. In the previous video, we were able to compile some single variable assignments, and in this one, we are going to start parsing multivariable assignments. This means that by the end of this video, we should be able to parse statements like this one. We will be able to assign the returned values of a function that returns more than one value to multiple variables. So we can begin by adding a new AST kind called AST multivariable assignments, as well as a AST variable field that we are not really going to use in this video, but it's going to be useful in the next one. We can also define a value for the multivariable assignment. In this case, we are currently only going to support multivariable assignments whose expression is a function call. We add it to the AST value union, and we also need to define the AST value variable field. Once again, this is not going to be used in this episode, but is going to be useful in the next one. A variable field is just a variable and the field of that variable. We can add it to the AST value union with the name variable field. We can add all of the constructors. Alright, so now inside our parser, we can modify the parser parse statement function by including the multi-assignment. A multi-assignment is going to begin by an ID followed by a comma. As you can see in this example, a statement of multi-assignment is always going to begin by an ID followed by a comma followed by something else. We now only need to create the parser parse multi-assignment function. We begin this function by asserting that the tokens have a prefix that we expect. And then we need to collect all of the names of the variables inside the multi-assignment. For that, we create a strings view arrays called names. And while tokens is prefixed by IDs, we shift the token ID, we append it to names. Then we check if the current token is equals. If that's the case, then we are right here. This means we can break because there are no more names to parse. And if that's not the case, we need to advance a comma and parse another name. After breaking the loop, we can advance the equal sign. And as I have mentioned previously, we are only going to accept function calls in multi-assignments for now. So we can just parse a function call. And finally, we can return a new multivariable assignment, giving the names and the function call. We must not forget to define this new struct called string views. We can define it right here, right below the AST's struct. And this is going to be exactly the same. It's going to have a count, a capacity, and then a data field of type string view pointer. Now that we were able to parse a multivariable assignment, we need to add its case to the dump AST function. In this case, we're going to print multivariable assignment, followed by the amount of variables we have inside this multivariable assignment, followed by the list of names of such variables, followed by the function call. Now, if we execute our run script and we dump the AST that we were able to parse for this specific example, you will be able to see that inside the function definition main, we have no parameters, no return types, no variable declarations. We are going to add this in the next video. But we have one statement of type multivariable assignment that contains two names, A and B. And then we have a function call for dup, this function, with a parameter of integer 42. And this is how you parse multi-assignments in C. In the next video, we'll be desugaring these assignments and inferring the types.